So there it is, that big slice landing in someone's garden. And that is the absolute killer drive that ruins most golfers' score. So today's Friday Fix, powered by PlayersFuel, is all about how to stop slicing your driver. Right, so let's look at the numbers for that first tee shot, because it was an absolute shocker. But when we look at the numbers on TrackMan, what we can see is that the club path was 9.9 degrees out to in. The club face is 10.6 degrees open. My low point was ahead of the golf ball. The club was traveling down. So all in all, that's about as bad as you can get for how you would like to hit driver. Now I think because there's a lot of information out there about what causes shots nowadays, most golfers understand that the slice is caused because that club is working from out to in. Now the big challenge though is a lot of golfers will initially try and fix the path. Now the problem actually though is where that club face is pointing. So because that club face on that shot was actually 10.5 degrees to the right, actually the fact that I've swung left gave the ball a chance to start pretty near the target. The big issue would be if I swung from the inside with that club face in that position, you might not get to watch the video for very long because that camera won't survive on there. So the first thing we've got to fix, you've always got to fix face first. Now, there's a few different ways you can do it, and I'm going to give you a couple of different options. And obviously, if you're working through the video with me, try them, see which one you found easiest. So the first one is a very simple one, is that as you hold the golf club, just move your hands into a traditionally more strong position or more to the right-hand side. And all you're going to do by doing that is when you lift the club up in front, you should be able to then close the club face a lot more than you can open it. So as long as you can do that, that club face shouldn't now be returning open. And if that's the case, when you stand, even if you make a pretty similar swing, we should then see that ball just go straight left. And we can see there that the path's still 6 degrees out to in, but the club face is actually 0.5 degree closed. Now, the beauty is, if straight away that fixes your face, that's fantastic. Unfortunately, for a lot of you, that won't be that instant cure on the face. So what you'll probably have to focus on a little bit as well is as you're swinging down, feeling that you're getting that club face closing a little bit earlier, like you're almost trying to get those knuckles a bit more down to the ground. And if you can do that, potentially as well as strengthening that grip, like I said, you're going to fix that club face, and that's going to stop the ball curving out to the right. Now, if you're a big slicer of the golf ball, missing a few in the left rough actually might seem like a really good thing to begin with, but that could still be just as destructive. So then what you would want to feel is that most of us are aware that when we set up, we want that golf ball a long way forward and we want that club traveling up. But the big challenge can be the more up the club travels, if we look here, we can see the club's actually moving more out to in. So actually trying to hit up a lot and maximize that distance can also add to that shape. So we're going to move the ball, maybe not quite as far forward, a little bit more towards the centre, maybe opposite my heart. And we're going to set up there and feel then that we've got that club face closing, and I'm going to try and swing more towards the camera. If you're somebody who's swung this way, you absolutely won't manage to swing as far as you think. So I want you to exaggerate a couple. Have a couple of practice swings, feel it get back, let the club drop down, get those knuckles down, and get that closing. And in an ideal world, we'd love to see this one set off a little bit right and shape to the left. Even if it shapes a lot, I don't mind. I'd rather you overdid it than underdid it, because if you overdo it, you can dial back. So we're going to get that ball a little bit more towards the centre. Like I said, we're going to feel the club drops down a little bit more and then close that club face and then see what we can do. Okay, so I've hit that out of the toe a little bit, but it's definitely got the shape I was looking for. You can see that one curving. Now the club face is actually showing as 2 degrees open there, but that's more to do with the strike. But we can see the club path 3 degrees from the inside, My low point's been 5 inches behind, so the club's moved up 3 degrees. And then, like I said, it's just the fact that I've hit that one a little bit out the toe. The curve on the face, TrackMan reads that as the club face being open. It was definitely a little bit more closed than that, but that was the desired shape we're after. What we want you to feel is that you're gonna have to think about it, and I have no problem with you having 1, maybe 2 swing thoughts, but really focus on your movement. Because if you are a slicer of the golf ball, it's not going to be 1 or 2 swings and you're just hitting draws all day long. You're going to have to get up, get to the top as normal, feel like that club drops down, get that club face rotating more through impact, and again, set yourself up. So again, a little bit towards the toe, which is definitely my miss, but we can see that club path 2 degrees from the inside. Not helping myself out here with the strike, club face is showing open, but definitely we know that as long as that path is moving to the right of where the club face is pointing, that's where we get that shape. So let's have one more. I'm getting the shape. If I can now just match strike with my delivery, we're going to get some perfect numbers. Obviously, we don't play golf with numbers. We play golf with what that's doing. And those last 2 shots have absolutely be what I would be after if I'm a slice with the golf ball. So let's go. Let's see if we get one more out the middle. Ball not too far forward. Get that club dropping down, rotating that club face, and let's get rid of that slice with driver. That felt a bit more solid. Again, there's that little draw. Club path 4.8 degrees from the inside. Still not quite showing the club face as closed, but I know it is doing. So remember, as long as you can control the face first, if that club face is 10 degrees open, there is absolutely no point in changing your path. But control face first, get that closing more impact, then you can work on that path. And if you can get that club face pointing towards target, even slightly right of target, and get that path working right of that, you can say goodbye to your slice and start hitting some baby draws. So if you've been a slicer of the golf ball, like we said, I'm sure it's been pointed out to you that you're swinging out to win, over the top, all the usual stuff. And as hard as you've tried to fix your path, if you don't fix face first, path becomes irrelevant. So you can strengthen your grip, you can get rotating, whether you feel it with your hands, your forearms, whatever you need to do to get that club face closing. Once you can close that club face, you'll take the right side of the course out of play, probably miss some left. Then you can swing more from the inside. Control this, then work on path, and that's going to stop you slicing your driver. And like I said earlier on, hitting some lovely little draws. So I hope you've enjoyed this week's Friday Fix, as ever, powered by PlayersFuel. If you have, like it and share it. Comment below. Let me know if today's video has transformed the way you hit this bad boy. If it has, absolutely awesome. There's lots more content coming on my channel. There's another video just there that's hopefully going to help you with your golf. Hopefully catch up with you guys down here soon. Stay in contact.